Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips MLB Daily Fantasy Preview Show for today, the 17th of September. I will be taking a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today. I'll be looking at starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct a lineup to maximise our point scoring potential, foundation players that should be used as a foundation to build a winning lineup, and a value player at each position. For anybody who hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I'll pop a link in the description of this video right down below that will enable you to do so today. Starting pitchers today, David Price of Boston is kind of my de facto number one for 11,600. The Yankees are a below average strikeout unit from our perspective for this play. They have some issues against left-handed hitters that are less than they used to be, in no large part thanks to Gary Sanchez. Price is tearing it up, which may give real hope to the Sox moving forward into the playoffs. He's gone 7-0 with a 2.16 ERA in his last 7 starts. Simply put, where was this guy the rest of the year? He's got 210 strikeouts in 205 2/3 innings. Do not expect a big strikeout number here, as the most Price has managed against New York in any game this year is 4 strikeouts. So he is going to need to work deep into the game and not allow runs for this to return value, and that's where it becomes a little bit risky for me. But on recent form, the last 7 games, it's certainly possible, and pitching looks rock solid hard today. Irvin Santana of Minnesota for 8,900. Another innings eater who doesn't have a lot of strikeout upside, but has been showing consistency. Over his last 15 games, he's gone 6-3 with a 2.48 ERA. He's got only 129 strikeouts in 163 1/3 innings this year, and has only allowed more than 3 earned runs on 1 occasion since the All-Star break. Again, it's a case of sticking him in your lineup and just logging the innings and hoping he doesn't give up the runs. Francisco Liriano of Toronto for 8,700. It's really rare you're going to see me put Liriano in this section. He lacks consistency and he lacks control, which isn't a great recipe, really. That being said, the Angels' offense doesn't scare you. They don't strike out a lot. Liriano does rack them up at a rate above 1 per inning with 148 in 144 2/3 innings this year, and he was solid his last start against the Rays. The yard is also nice here in Anaheim, like the Trop, but there feels more upside here than in a lot of pitches today with Liriano. I'm concerned at the top end by Arrieta and Verlander. Neither of them have got particularly good records against today's opponents. I'm struggling massively at the lower end, can't find any value there. Seth Lugo maybe has possibilities, but as I say, pitching looks really hard. I can't really argue with Darvish, but it's the same old thing with him. You don't know how deep into the game he's going to pitch, and at the price you're paying for him, you need him to pitch deep into the game and rack the strikeouts up. Stacks of the day, fortunately, is a little bit easier today. There are a lot of stacks. We will start at Coors Field as usual with the Padres and the Rockies, and I will stack from both sides today with John Gray against Edwin Jackson. Jackson allowed only 2 earned runs against the Rockies at Petco in his last start, but he just isn't a good pitcher. He's got an ERA north of 5, carrying that into the matchup for the year, and the Rockies should have some success. Outfielder Charlie Blackmon is 5,700. They ain't cheap. He's got the platoon advantage and a home run against Jackson, hitting .318 with 27 homers and 16 steals on the year, .379 with 4 home runs in the last 7 games. Outfielder Carlos Gonzalez for 5,600 also has the platoon, hitting .299, 25 homers, hitting .345 in his last 7. Third baseman Nolan Arenado for 5,400. He's a .294 hitter with 37 bombs on the year, and second baseman DJ LeMahieu for 4,600 is a .349 hitter, 10 home runs and 11 steals, hitting .467 in his last 7 games. I'm also happy to take some Padres today, despite the fact that John Gray has, in my opinion, been outstanding for the Rockies this year. He was hit hard by San Diego at Petco in his last start, allowing 5 earned runs in 4 innings. Outfielder Travis Janikowski for 3,800 has the platoon, is a .248 hitter. He gives you value on the base pass with 30 stolen bases this year. Second baseman Ryan Schimpf for 4,800 has the platoon, is a .227 hitter with 19 home runs, 2 in the last 7 games. First baseman Will Myers for 4,900 has a home run off of Gray, is a .259 hitter with 25 homers and 25 steals, and he hit a home run yesterday. And outfielder Alex Dickerson for 4,100 also has the platoon, it's a .247 hitter with 9 homers and 5 steals. The Los Angeles Dodgers look an outstanding stack against Shelby Miller today. Miller has struggled all year. The trip to the minors hasn't aided the cause, with a 7.04 ERA across 3 starts since coming back up to the big leagues. He has a 7.02 ERA career against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shortstop Corey Seager for 5,500 has the platoon, hits 315 with 25 homers this year. Third baseman Justin Turner is 5,100. He hits 271 with 27 homers on the year, 2 in the last 7 games. Outfielder Andre Ethier for 3,900 does have the platoon and a home run against Shelby Miller. He's obviously back in the lineup now off the DL, has played a couple of games. I assume they're trying to make a decision on what they want to do with him moving forward. Outfielder Josh Reddick for 4,200 has the platoon. He's a 270 hitter with 9 homers. And Jock Pederson, also in the outfield, 4,400, has the platoon, hitting 243 with 22 home runs, and he's got 2 in the last 7 games. If you're going to be following my line of thought, you're going to be paying a bit more money for pitcher than you can. That means you can't afford to get involved at cause. We're probably going to need to look for a cheaper stack somewhere. Justin Verlander has started 3 times against the Tribe this year and has produced a line of 16 2/3 innings, 17 earned runs allowed, including 7 home runs. So, that looks like a matchup we want to exploit. The issue that we have here is, as with a lot of games today, make sure you check the weather forecast. There are high chances of rain in this game. Outside of that, there are outstanding hitting conditions in the forecast as well. So, and we get the Justin Verlander discount, so we just want them to play this game. First baseman Carlos Santana for 4,400. The switch hitter has got 7 home runs against Justin Verlander. That is in 59 at bats, a fairly large sample size, but still quite a regular amount of home runs. He's at 245 with 31 homers this year. Outfielder Tyler Nakin for 3,300 has the platoon and a homer off Verlander. 302 hitter with 14 homers, hitting 353 in the last 7. Shortstop Francisco Lindor for 3,900. The switch hitter has a homer off of Verlander. He's hitting 313 with 14 homers and 18 steals this year. Second baseman Jason Kipnis for 3,900. He has the platoon. He's hitting 279 with 22 home runs. And Jose Ramirez, who you can use at third or in the outfield, $4,000. The switch hit is hitting 310 with 10 home runs on the season. And finally, Matt Andriese actually won his last start in the midst of a disastrous run. It looks likely that normal service is going to be resumed today. He's 0-2 with an 8.38 ERA in 2 starts against the Baltimore Orioles this year. Carries an ERA of 4.64 in starts on the road, and his record over his last 7 games is 1-5 with an 8.23 ERA. And this is the Baltimore Orioles after all. First baseman Chris Davis for $5,000 has the platoon and 2 home runs against Andriese. He hit a home run yesterday, hitting 222 with 38 home runs. Outfielder Adam Jones for 4,800. He's a 275 hitter with 27 home runs. Manny Machado at third or short is 5,100, hitting 304 with 35 home runs. And second baseman Jonathan Scope for 4,600 is a 272 hitter. He's got 24 home runs on the year, and 2 of those have come in the last 7 games. My foundation player today at first base, Joey Votto of Cincinnati for 5,500. Obviously, it is game 2 of the doubleheader on the slate. He has the platoon against Trevor Williams. Williams allowed 3 earned runs in an inning of relief against the Reds. He's only got the 2 big league appearances so far. This is his first start. Votto is hitting 318 with 24 home runs on the year, but he's hit 467 with 2 homers in the last 7. Second baseman Rougned Odor of the Texas Rangers for 5,200 has the platoon. He's a 281 hitter with 31 homers and 14 stolen bases. Third baseman Kyle Seager of Seattle for 4,800 has the platoon and a homer against Mike Fiers, who comes in off of a rough start. Seager's hitting 288 with 29 homers on the year. Shortstop Aledmys Diaz for St. Louis for 4,200 has a home run against Jeff Samaja. He's hitting 309 with 15 homers. 2 of those have come in his last 7 games. And outfielder Bryce Harper of Washington for $5,000. He has the platoon against Josh Collmenter, who's back from the dead and in the big leagues. Didn't even realise he was still pitching, to be honest. Harper is hitting 244 with 24 homers and 21 steals. Where's the Bryce Harper we know and love? He's got to be back at some point soon. It is a bit of a high price to pay on a punt, if you like, but it's been a bad season, and when you've hit 24 homers and 21 steals, it's Feels a bit rough to say that, but to be honest, but hey ho. Value play today, catcher Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals for 3,100. Has a home run against White Sox starter Miguel Gonzalez. He's a 251 hitter with 20 home runs this year. First baseman Justin Bour of Miami for 3,600. Has the platoon and a homer against Jeremy Hellickson. 265 on the year with 15 homers. Second baseman Cesar Hernandez of Philadelphia for 3,800. The switch hitter is hitting 288 with 6 home runs and 17 steals. Going back at third base to Ryan Healy of Oakland for 3,400. He enjoys the platoon against Yu Darvish. He's hitting 313 with 10 home runs. Over the last 7 games, he's hit 517 with 3 home runs. Shortstop Tim Anderson of the Chicago White Sox for 3,900. 280 hitter, 7 homers, 10 steals. Hits at the top of the lineup. And in the outfield, I'll take a punt on Avi Garcia of the Chicago White Sox as well for 4,000. He's hitting 248 with 11 home runs, but he has been swinging a better bat. He could still do with taking some more walks, but he has been swinging a better bat of late. So I'll give him a chance in my lineups today as well. That is what I have for you today. Best of luck with your lineups. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.